guys, here I am for another video brought to you by Riyadh Kuba, an English teacher. This is the second part of the lesson entitled Education for All, devoted to baccalaureate students. If you're interested and you want to find out more, please continue watching this video. Welcome back. I would like to ask you a question. What is one problem, if solved, we would put an end to all the world's problems? Well, the answer comes from two famous people. The first comes from Nelson Mandela, who said, "Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world." And the second one comes from Malala Yousafzai, who said, "One child, one teacher, one book, and one pen can change the world." As we can see from these two quotes, the common word is change. This clearly shows that education is life-changing. It lifts people from ignorance to literacy, from dependence to independence, and from poverty to prosperity. It can also ensure a brighter future for many people worldwide and save the real wealth of the world, who are our children. In the previous video, we talked about the problems and the challenges that poor people face as far as education is concerned. You can find the link to the video in the description box below. In this video, we're going to talk about how, by providing education for all, we can put an end to a great deal of problems. Here we go. First, education beats poverty. Education is not only a way to escape poverty, but also a way to fight it. According to the United Nations, one extra year of schooling increases a person's earnings by up to 10%. 171 million people could be lifted out of poverty if all students in low-income countries left school with basic reading skills. This shows that the more we learn, the more we earn. So this is the best investment in our children. As Barack Obama said, the best anti-poverty program is a world-class education. So when we provide education for our children, we give them the opportunity to rely on themselves and to have a better future. Second, education helps women control how many children they have. In Mali, for example, women with secondary education or higher have an average of 3 children, while those with no education have an average of 7 children. The conclusion that we can draw here is that the higher the level of a woman's educational attainment is, the fewer children she is likely to bear. This leads me to my third point, which is education improves maternal health. Women with higher levels of education are most likely to delay or space out pregnancies. So again, the more a woman is educated, the healthier she is. Number 4, education reduces child mortality. A child born to a mother who can read is 50% more likely to survive past age 5. In Indonesia, for example, child vaccination rates are 19% when mothers have no education and 68% when mothers have at least a secondary school education. This clearly shows how a mother's education has a direct influence on her children's health. So we can say that the more a woman is educated, the healthier the child is. After considering all the benefits put forward, it goes without saying that the best way to fight poverty and all the other social problems is by empowering people through access to quality education. Education is not a privilege, it is a basic human right. Article 26 of the 1948 Universal Declaration of Human Rights states that everyone has the right to education. It is not only a right, but also a passport to human development. It opens doors, expands opportunities and freedoms, and contributes to fostering peace and economic growth, as well as improving health and reducing poverty. So what should we do to provide education for all these poor children? Providing nutritious meals to millions of children at school. School meals promote education by removing barriers to accessing a classroom and learning. A daily school meal allows children to focus on their studies rather than focus on their stomachs. It also helps increase enrollment and attendance, promotes graduation rates, and improves cognitive abilities. By doing so, parents will have no excuse for not sending their children to school. This will reduce child hunger, boost school attendance, and help build the real wealth of the world, our children. This is one solution. Another solution is by donating money. As you can see from this ad, grade 2 plus $1 equals grade 3. Give to UNICEF and you give children a chance. Just $1 can provide 8 children with pencils and books. Or $255 can buy a recreation kit containing toys, games, and physical education supplies for an entire class of girls and boys. So as you can see, $1 is not much money, but it can save a lot of children's lives. This proves that small actions times lots of people equals big change. Giving is not just making a donation, it's about making a difference. So if we want to be the ones who make a difference, let's donate, because we rise by lifting others. So based on this equation, if you donate $1, these children will pass grade 2. And what happens if we do not act? If we do not donate $1, these children will fail. Similarly, I can say, unless you donate, these children will fail. Let's move on now to this grammatical point. These two sentences have the same meaning. Unless is similar in meaning to if not, and can be used instead of if not in certain types of conditional sentences. Because unless has a negative meaning, when using it, remember to follow unless with a positive verb to avoid using a negative in the unless clause and not to make questions with unless. Let's make some examples to better understand this grammatical point. I have chosen these quotes and I will express them differently. The first quote we have is, "You will not know anything unless you try." I can say, "You will not know anything if you do not try." Another quote is, "Dreams do not work if you do not do." In other words, I can say dreams do not work unless you do, which means if you do not do. The last but one is, knowledge is of no value unless you put it into practice. This is the same meaning as knowledge is of no value if you do not put it into practice. The last example is, they can't hurt you unless you let them. And this is the same meaning as, they can't hurt you if you do not let them. That's all from me, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and also to make sure to subscribe to our channel so that you can get notified whenever I upload a new video. Thank you so much. Love and peace. Riyadh.